One of the most hotly contested issues will now likely be on the ballot this November in one of the most hotly contested states. Supporters of a proposed amendment to enshrine abortion access in Arizona's constitution say they collected enough signatures to put that amendment on the ballot. The group leading the effort says it collected more than 823,000 signatures of registered voters, more than twice the number needed to move forward with the process. And today's announcement comes nearly 3 months after Arizona's Supreme Court reinstated a near total ban on abortion from 1864, and more than 2 months after Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs signed a bill repealing that ban after it passed through the Republican-controlled state legislature. So NBC News political campaign Embed Alex Tabet was there when those signatures were delivered to Arizona's Secretary of State, and he joins me now live from Phoenix. Alex, it's so good to have you here. How many signatures were organizers hoping to get?
Gabe, organizers were hoping to get about 800,000 signatures. The Arizona Secretary of State requires about 383,000 signatures be gathered in order for an initiative to appear before voters in November. They more than doubled that with 823,000 signatures. And to put that number into context, Gabe, that is far and away the record for the most signatures ever gathered for any ballot initiative in Arizona state history. The previous record was about 500,000 signatures, so it really was a historic haul. Now the Arizona Secretary of State is going to go through a signature verification process. They're going to make sure that each and every signature is valid, that each person who signed actually is registered to vote in the state of Arizona. But that's just the first hurdle in this ballot initiative's journey onto making it onto the ballot. I talked to Secretary of State Adrian Fontes earlier today about what comes next. Take a listen.
Well, number of signatures isn't the only threshold. I mean, I would imagine that somebody's going to be litigating the actual nature of the initiative in the first place through the courts. So there's still those kinds of battles that are going to be taking place. This is just the start. For the folks who've been collecting signatures, this is an important milestone. But as far as the formal process is concerned, this is day one.
And I've talked to opponents of abortion rights. They tell me they have lawyers on retainer ready to scrutinize this proposed constitutional amendment. The current law here in Arizona allows abortion up until 15 weeks of pregnancy. The proposed constitutional amendment would move that barrier up until around fetal viability, around 24 weeks of pregnancy, and vastly expand the scope for exceptions. One of those exceptions is in the event that a mother's physical or mental health is in danger. And opponents of abortion rights are saying that mental health language is too broad and is too susceptible to abuse. That seems to be the legal framework that they're going to choose in hopes to challenge this abortion ballot initiative from appearing before voters in November. Gabe?
And Alex, so Arizona's legislature already repealed that state's near total ban. Is there concern that this issue now would have less urgency, though, among Arizona voters?
There's no doubt that the Arizona Supreme Court upholding the 1864 near total ban on abortion for about a month here in Arizona really catalyzed this signature movement. Organizers say that they were getting signatures at a clip in that month before that 1864 ban was repealed. That was unprecedented, but they're confident that this is still going to pass in November in the same way it passed in Kansas and the same way it passed in Ohio, more Republican states. Gabe?
Alex Tabet, thank you so much. Live for us in Phoenix. We appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.